What's up, everybody? Welcome back and happy Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Andrew Myers, bringing you your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor, and Atlas. And they'll pop up throughout the show here, but go ahead and check them out in the description to this video. We have from yesterday a Texas 3-star hail map. We're getting into what city got hit, but we're going to talk about that in a second. And then into today, we got more major hail coming to the Central Plains, looking like probably the Kansas show in terms of the largest hail, but we could also see some severe stones hitting Texas all the way up into parts of the Dakotas. So talking about that and then getting into tomorrow, everything should kind of consolidate down into the Southern Plains, Texas and Oklahoma now. It's going to be your time to shine as those storms kind of sink down that way. So getting into all of our weather conditions in a second, but if you haven't heard, we're going to be at the ARCAT Roofing Conference here on the 5th through the 6th. So in a couple days, and that is at the Marriott Marquis Houston, and we are going to be at booth number 721. So stop by there and say hello if you got plans to get out to the ARCAT Texas Roofing Conference. Now into yesterday, all right, a lot of hail hit through the eastern part of New Mexico, west part of West Texas here. So largest hail did go through Pecos, and so that's where we got our 3-star map from yesterday. There you go, with those swaths. Got a couple that moved east-west, and then a couple that moved north-south there. So this one that went through Mentone and then into Pecos was going to be the big hail. There, 2.75-inch baseball stones made it through the east side of the city there, and got other areas that got ping-pong to golf ball stones as well, right there in between Kermit and I'm not gonna pronounce that right. I'm not even gonna try. And just north of Mentone there, got a few areas that got some larger hail, but then again that one cell really got rolling there through Pecos, and so that's the bulk of our 3-star map there. Hit over 5,000 homes. So if you guys want access to that map or any other maps, QR code up above me or the link in the description to this video gets you access to those products. And again, we do hail, wind, tornadoes, hurricanes. So, all that is included with our mapping products. So go ahead and sign up for that if you haven't, or if you already have our products. This map is under the name Pecos, Odessa, near Mentone, near Andrews, Texas hail. And again, max size on that was baseballs. It's pronounced Pecos. Nah. I tried. I learned a lot about Davenport and Davenport. I'm learning all sorts of cities. So yeah, if I pronounce something wrong, drop it in the comments. That helps me out. Thanks, Eric. So yeah, move through Pecos with those baseball-sized stones. So now getting into today's conditions, clear across the east where that cold front hasn't hit yet, but you can kind of see that low kind of wrapping up there through the North Plains, bringing some scattered rain and showers, cloud cover through the central part of the nation, and that should intensify into later today as we get those storms starting to pop up. So there's our temperature gradient there, 70s and 80s when you're sitting in that high pressure zone, and then down into the 50s and 60s, glorious if you guys are in the center of that low right now, feeling like fall. Once the two of those meet, that's where we're starting to see those storms already popping up, but should intensify quite a bit once that gets itself together. And it's going to play into that dry line as well, which we'll take a look at here in a sec. But 24-hour temp change, we've dropped 10 degrees through a lot of the Central Plains right now, through the Rocky Mountain Front Range from this time yesterday. So the cold front is packing a punch, and it's bringing that dry air. There we go. 50s and 60-degree dew points here out east, 30s and 40s out in the west. So again, we got that warm air meeting that cold air. We got that dry air meeting that humid air, all that coming together with that large-scale trough. Gets us some severe weather. So our significant hail model is picking up on it too. And again, looks like mostly the Kansas, maybe some parts of Nebraska show here into today by around 3 p.m., so a few hours from now, when those storms are going to initiate. But we do have some pockets of high instability here down in West Texas as well. So we could start to see some storms popping up there a little later that have, again, packing a little bit more of a punch. And then check it out into tomorrow. Everything kind of sinks down, starts to consolidate into Texas and Oklahoma. So we'll see what we get into tomorrow for this whole area in terms of hail. But today, watching the Central Plains. So starting out here in Kansas and Nebraska, storms again going up by around 3 p.m. with a little bit more intensity to them. North Platte, just south of Colby and Goodland, could start to see some storms that are producing large hail at that point. Then as those all track off to the east, we'll start to see things take more of a linear shape moving up through Minnesota. That'll be more of a wind risk, maybe some small hail here or there, but those initial storms in that area instability that we're watching, that's really what we're gonna be looking at for the largest hail today. Then down in Texas, all right, Oklahoma does have a risk, all right, because this is all initiated from that cold front, but it might not fire through West Oklahoma. A lot of models are showing nothing firing through Western Oklahoma. So if something does go up, could get some large hail out of it, got to include it in that low end chance that it happens. But mostly we're watching Kansas and then down in the south part of Texas where storms pop up just to the west of San Angelo. These guys could produce some large hail and then again shift off to the west, see it try to make a run at the Red River and fizzle out as it does. So this whole area again is one we're watching for some large hail. So today, most of the major hail threat is going to be coming from Kansas. Those could be up to tennis balls, maybe a couple rogue storms here and there that do larger hail than that, but the majority of that large hail should get up to about tennis ball size. So hail trace red swath worthy there, 1.75 to 2.5. There you go on your map. All right, so anywhere from the Rio Grande all the way up into Minnesota could potentially get that severe hail. So lowest chances are going to be up near Sioux Falls, just south of Fargo, where again things are starting to line out and form more of a wind risk. So that's going to be pretty scattered. But if you're down here, again, near like Hastings, North Platte, down south into Colby and Dodge City, that's where those chances really pick up, and it's going to be that initial storm that turns around into that linear mode as it shifts through Kansas. So possibly up to 2.5 inches down through there, and a good chance to see severe hail in general. Low end chances for Oklahoma, we talked a little bit about that, and then down near the Midland area and south of that could possibly see some ping pong golf ball sized stones with that cluster storms expected to move through there as well. Then for wind, now we can pull it all the way up to the Canadian border. Look at that. All the way from the Canadian to the Mexican border there. We're seeing some wind risks going for us. So quite an expansive area that could see some severe winds into today. So low end through Fargo and Sioux Falls, could see a couple of rogue wind gusts there. And then, things picking up with the bulk of our activity through the Central Plains. And then, back to the same through the Southern Plains, low end through Oklahoma, a little bit higher once we get down into Southwest Texas. And then we do also have a tornado chance today, all right? With that low pressure system tracking through that large scale system, have a little bit of shear, and that just helps us with tornadoes. So gonna be, the best chances are gonna be kind of near Dodge City and kind of around that area just east of Colby. I'm not totally, like in between Salina and Colby, all the way down into Dodge City. Could possibly get those severe winds, severe hail, and tornadoes. So that's where the strongest storms are going to be centered. But pretty much anywhere in this red swath could see a tornado or two into today. So if you're in any of those highlighted areas for today, and then also into tomorrow, good time to turn on those weather alerts on your phone and subscribe to our products if you haven't. Got to shameless plug those. So now looking into Oklahoma and Texas into tomorrow, all right? So again, we see that those significant hail model values starting to consolidate into that area, seeing that cold front start to kind of sink down into there, and by 3 p.m. we're off to the races. So from Oklahoma City all the way down to San Angelo, should be seeing storms initiating by that time. Not watching this for severe, we're watching this line behind it for severe mode into tomorrow afternoon by 5 p.m. Oklahoma City's well in that storm system, getting hit with a lot of heavy rain. The leading edge of that should be the most severe, but again, lots of heavy rain and thunder for Oklahoma City by the end of your workday, so might kind of make your commute a little bit miserable there, and things moving into Wichita Falls and San Angelo with that severe hail threat. Then sinking down towards Dallas by 11 p.m. If it's going to hit OKC, it's got to hit Dallas. That's how it kind of goes a lot of the time. So looking now like a good solid wind threat for you guys. We kind of get that bow, which just means that wind is behind it packing a punch and moving that rain forward. So you kind of get that curved shape on radar. So looking like potential for a wind threat in Dallas for tomorrow afternoon and late evening, and then that all kind of sinks down to the southeast into the overnight. So starting with that hail threat, could potentially, again, get 2.5 inches. Not going purple because we're in the fall season, so, it's kind of harder to get any areas that really have enough instability to get baseballs, but at least 2.5 inches from Lubbock all the way into southwest Oklahoma and down to Midland, Texas could possibly see the largest hail through tomorrow. And then things will kind of taper off as they move towards Dallas and again get to that linear wind threat. Oklahoma City, you guys are in it for wind, hail, and tornadoes, and we'll get to your tornado risk into tomorrow. So if you guys are in these highlighted areas for tomorrow's forecast, come back at noon tomorrow and we'll talk to you guys about tornado risks. But for wind and hail, that's what we got. And, you know, again, that's going to be the bulk of your wind threat from Lubbock into DFW with that line of storms that's going to kind of progress that way. So got that to look forward to into tomorrow, and that's it for today. So yeah, big hail yesterday, potential for more today, potential for more tomorrow. So moving into that fall storm season. If you guys want to follow us, you can get us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. We're at Hail Trace on everything, so it should be pretty easy to find us. And then you can hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video. And of course, smash that subscribe button on every other platform. And then if you want to get in contact with us, again, go ahead and scan the QR code up above me or click the link in the description to this video. That'll get you guys access to all of our products. And if you have questions, give us a call at 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com or check out hailtrace.com for more details. And come back tomorrow for updates. But for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.